up thoughts
Mm-hmm.
at a moment's notice. We all have that. But I have mine. And there'd be company there, and Tama was always having a party, or Uncle Saul had a party, and I forget, uh, one guy was taken aback by Phoebe, and he was trying to be friendly. I asked him that he was a stupid stunk. So I said, she's my wife, and I'm very possessive and probably psychotic.
Were you very?
How
Go
come
ahead.
I never saw you at a gathering?
I was at every gathering. Maybe I just looked different than what you remember when I was younger.
But I met everybody who came there. So
Maybe I was too young and I didn't go. Maybe that was it.
Maybe that,
Yeah.
Phoebe was 15 when we got married, I think, and I was
15?
a year or two older. Well, we had waited long enough. It was an era, we wanted to get married. You played the game the way your parents mandated. You played, we're married, but we're not married. And so you waited until you were married. And that was, I mean, what the hell? Um, Phoebe stood by me. She'd want to talk to me about something, or just sort of rile me up or something like that. But she's very pretty, and well,
All right, what else can we talk about?
what brought you here?
I just wanted to see you after all this time.
Well, had we ever met before?
Yes, many, many times. Since I was born, you were there with me.
And yet,
Almost.
there were so many people. I don't know how often. What was your last name?
Tannenbaum.
Oh, were you Tannenbaum's wife?
Daughter.
Daughter. See, I can't recall. He was rather shy.
Who? My dad?
No. Is your dad the one I knew?
Arnold?
Arnold.
Arnold Tannenbaum. Does that ring a bell?
Yeah.
That was my dad, and he was married to Maxine, my mother. Maxine.
And no one ever introduced us.
Okay.
I don't remember. It's a long time ago. It was an awful lot happening. And I thank you for giving me another way to smile or cry.
Oh, you're so welcome. This is a pleasure. I can't believe you look exactly like Saul. Like, exactly. It's crazy. You turned into Saul.
Saul Kivers?
Yes, you look just like him.
No one ever said so.
Now somebody said so. And he was a handsome man, too.
Yeah.
So that's a compliment.
I'm very emotional when it comes to family.
Yeah. Well, you seem to be doing okay and smiling and remembering the good times.
Yeah, but there's a big rim of sadness. How long will it last? How do I get it to repeat itself?
Maybe you can't. And that's okay.
I'm not sure. I'm very stubborn.
Yeah.
And my physical and emotional attachment to Phoebe, I can't even describe. Can't.
I can't imagine losing a spouse.
I don't want to describe anything.
So, do you remember when Phoebe's mom, also Ida, lived in your basement? Do you remember her living in your basement and she used to smoke down there all the time? That rings a bell? The nicest lady in the world. Your kids adored her. All 5 of them loved her so much.
She was very smooth, like this, like a close relative.
She was your mother-in-law.
Pardon?
She was your mother-in-law. Do you remember that? She was the other Ida that lived in the basement was your mother-in-law. That means Phoebe's mother
Phoebe's mother?
lived in your basement.
Who was her mother? Was that Phoebe's mother?
Phoebe's mother was Ida.
Yeah, I know that.
Okay.
But I never knew she lived in our basement.
Oh. She must have hid down there for a while from you. It was a long time ago. Probably in the 70s or 80s.
Was she, did she have any relationship with Saul? Ever?
Actually, no. She was on Phoebe's side of the family, and Phoebe was not a Kivert. She was married to you, who's a Kivert. I know it's confusing.
Well, no, I know she wasn't a Kivert. But I never really, maybe right now I don't have all of those circuits. But with Phoebe, as long as she loved me and we had our time and life and children together, it really didn't matter.
Good. So tell me about life here. How is your house here? You like it? Do you do activities?
Oh,
You know,
this is a sample of a room that we lived in briefly while I was going to either medical school or I'd gotten out of medical school. I never looked far into it. Aunt May was in some area, I don't remember. But the question was the same. You want me here? Where's Phoebe? That's it.
Yep.
But I have to take your name down.
Okay, I can write it down.
Reach Phoebe.
You want me to reach Phoebe?
Can you reach her now?
I can talk to her spirit.
Oh, really?
Her spirit is actually giving you a hug. I can see her spirit right now. And she is giving you a ghostly hug. She's right next to you.
I mean, is she still living with us?
She's not living.
Well, don't
She's
say,
in spirit.
Yeah, don't say she's right next to you. Who the hell do you think you are?
You're the best.
They're all loved.
Yep.
Solomon and I used to have a good time. Just little things, little gags. But,
Do you remember the sewing factory in Northampton?
oh yes. Why?
I want to see if you remember it.
Well, that was Saul's big, he became Mr. Saul. The family wasn't wealthy. I mean, this is at a time in our economy we're not overwhelmed, but the businesses we had were productive, not overwhelming, but with everything that was going on, you were welcome, and the kids did not have to feel they have to wait till the next time. Because Uncle Saul never ran out of money. If he did, it was after death.
Mama spent it all. Aunt May spent it all after he died.
On a pig's eye?
After Saul died, Mama spent the rest of the money because she lived until she was 99. So she needed all that money for all those years.
Well, I'll never need all that money. Phoebe's very funny. She wants the kids, and she loves them beyond what you can imagine, but she wants the kids to be able to feel independent and to do things right.
Mm-hmm.
But
It worked. You have 5 great kids. You did something right.
Thursday night,
You did something right since all of your kids turned out amazing.
oh,
And that's from Mommy and Daddy, which is you and Phoebe, did such a good job raising your children. They all turned out great.
give that credit mostly to Phoebe, because a good part of the time, the second man in our group was either ill or overwhelmingly busy. And I got used to doing a lot of things that I could do without breaking my neck or getting Phoebe away from what she wanted to help me.
Mm-hmm.
There was nothing Phoebe could do wrong.
In your eyes.
Well, I think God liked her too.
God liked her? Yeah.
Art. There wasn't any part of a day where their loving thoughts come up, so I have the reason to kiss her, whether she's home, whether she doesn't want a kiss, or she's waiting for a kiss. She was, and her looks were priceless.
She was a looker. She was beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
So what did you do for a living?
As a pathologist, I did a lot of diagnosis on cases where the diagnosis wasn't clear and you had some evidence and you finally had the wife cut in and out a few times to find out what was going on and why. And we lost a few at the end because there's a limit to how much God can wait till you invent a new diagnosis.
Mm-hmm. You were at Warren Hospital for all those years, right? Warren Hospital? Did you work there?
I was at Warren Hospital.
I know. And Muhlenberg College. You are also. I graduated from Muhlenberg.
Did
That's
you?
my alma mater.
Well, it gave me my start. I never forgot. I was involved in many different ways. One thing, we can never get anything out of Hannah Mae. What she's doing, what she wants to do, I don't know.
She's in her own world. Always has been.
Yeah.
I think Maxine spoke to her not long ago. So when Maxine comes up to visit, you can ask her how Hannah Mae is doing. But I think she's doing fine.
Maybe we ought to have a little dinner meeting
Okay.
before I die.
Okay. And before Aunt Tama dies, too. All right. It's a date. I'll arrange it.
And I can show off my bride.
You can. You can show off whatever you want. You deserve to show off.
Well, because it's not me, it's the people around me who I think are so great.
Are you getting tired? Is it lunchtime? Should we let you go to lunch?
It's almost 12.
Let's go. Let's
Yeah,
get you to the wherever you need to go.
Yeah, I don't remember why I stopped here.
Just visit me. So now we'll take you back.
Did someone tell me you were here?
Yes, the nurse brought us here.
Oh.
And then she left.
Yeah, 'cause
And she closed the door, remember? And she left. But now we'll go out. If you want to get up and get going, we'll go find her and get you to the dining room. Let's get you lunch. Come on.